Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We are Sorted Food.
Today, it's all about beef Wellington.
But what can our chef Ben achieve with just £2.50 per portion when compared to our normal home cook Mike with an unlimited budget?
Chef, normal, ready, steady, welling! Straight in with the meat, right? You are not hanging about. Mike, as a cut of beef, what have you gone for?
So this is beef fillet, this long. This is a tiny bit of the beef fillet. It's in the rib cage of the cow, so it's not worked at all. Super tender, doesn't have a huge amount of flavour. So I am frying or searing the edges off in beef dripping to get loads of flavour into it, but also to get a nice browning on each side, because browning equals flavour.
I like that. So naturally, this is a very lean cut of beef, doesn't have much fat in it at all. So I'm going to cook it in beef fat.
And Ebbers, what cut of beef have you gone for?
Yeah, how are you doing this in under 10 quid?
So I'm taking minced beef, pork sausages that are nicely seasoned to herby out of their skins, a tablespoon of gravy granules and salt and pepper.
Sorry.
Pork sausages?
So before that, mincemeat, then pork sausages.
Are you making what can be described accurately as a beef Wellington?
A classic would be wrapped in Parma ham. I'm just putting the pork inside, and absolutely I'm going to have to resort to minced beef to get my welly, because you're not going to buy fillet beef for any less than 25, 30 quid at the very lowest end, and a good one will set you back 40.
There may be some out there who might say this falls into more of a sausage roll category.
I'm smushing it all together, rolling it into a sausage in a double layer of cling film and popping it into the freezer to set up while I do everything else.
Rolling it into a what, Ebbers, was that? Sorry?
A sausage shape. Gonna roll it into a beef fillet shape.
Well done.
Seared. Now gonna chill it. Nearly lost it, now gonna chill it right down.
Quick question for you, Mike. How much was that beef fillet?
That was £40.
So you've just 4 times Ben's whole budget with just the beef.
I haven't even got started, mate. So now I'm on to my duxelles. Basically, a delicious mushroomy paste that's going to go on the inside of homemade crepes, which are wrapped around Parma ham, which is wrapped around my beef fillet. Then all of that gets wrapped in pastry.
Sometimes I forget everything that goes into a welly. And
It's silly.
Whenever I remember it or get told,
Yep.
I fall back in love.
So into the same pan, loads of beef dripping, I've added butter. Now, frying off some garlic. Then I'll add in all my mushrooms, herbs, seasoning, and I'll fry it off to try and get rid of a load of that moisture, because the soggy duxelle makes for a soggy Wellington.
I am also making my duxelle, starting by building up flavours. So I'm going to go in with 4 rashers of bacon. Quite deliberately, I'm holding the other back for later. And then once that's golden and crispy in a pan, which can't really happen until all the water and moisture from the bacon evaporates off, then I'm going to go in with onion and half a bulb of garlic. Again, lots of garlic. I'm going to cook it out.
It appears to me that this is probably the biggest budget challenge that you've taken on. Do you have a series of top tips to keep the cost down?
I think in this instance, what would be lovely is to take some hard herbs, some rosemary or some thyme. Now, if you grow it at home, it's basically free. Alternatively, I'm not going to today because I've been told off about it before, but I'm telling you, it's practically free if you grow it. But that is also why I picked up herby sausages, because they're already seasoned and have some herbs in them.
We have an app. It's called Sidekick, and yeah, we bang on about it a lot, but that's because we think it's really good. It gets 3 phenomenal, easy-to-make dinners from just 1 shopping list of ingredients, and thousands of you are already using it. It also is completely free for 30 days, and to make the most of that trial, and so that you can really test it out properly, we've put together the Sidekick Challenge. 3 meals is all it takes, and we explain everything in a full run-through demo of the app and why we think it's so clever. Click the link below to find out everything.
Whilst my mushrooms are cooking out, I'm making my crepes. And I'm using duck eggs because richness of flavour, but also I've got money to burn. So.
A duck egg pancake.
Yeah.
Now this is a big old bowl of mushrooms, but they are the wonky mushrooms. They're all a bit funny in shape and size, all a bit different, a bit irregular. We want to add all of that in, cook them right down and remove all the moisture. So in this instance, perfect.
Boys, I know what you're thinking, and of course I'm going to add Armagnac to my mushroom mix and then set it on fire.
Your face was right over that.
£9 worth of truffles. 1, 2, 3.
Whilst you're adding £9 worth of truffle in, I'm adding 60 pence worth of chicken liver.
Oh, mate, and now what?
Now, chicken liver parfait. So, I'm using a $5's worth of it. Oh, look who it is.
Look at
It's 8 times more expensive than my chicken livers.
8 times less effort. The point, I guess I'm trying to make is, can I make up for lack of ability by throwing money at the problem? Or, through smartness, experience, technique, can you get pretty much there? I mean, that's what we're going to discover today. Hello! Whoa! That's why you put truffle in it. This now goes onto a pre-chilled baking tray. I'm going to chill it right down.
I thought we were making crepes, not American style pancakes.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Well, it's a burger, isn't it?
Crepes are super cheap and affordable anyway, but because of the rules, for me to actually buy a whole bag of flour and a whole half dozen of eggs and whole pints of milk, it works out too expensive. So I'm going to use bread. What you want it to do is absorb the moisture from the beef and the duxelles to stop the pastry going soggy. White bread, crusts cut off and rolled out, will do the same job.
Mike, can I try a bit of your quiche?
What is that?
I'll tell you what it is, Baz. It's the duck eggs. They just react differently.
Must be the duck eggs, yeah. Yes.
What is required for a beef Wellington is that golden puff pastry on the outside. So I'm spending 10% of my budget on the puff pastry. You can buy very, very delicious puff pastry full of butter, or you can buy the cheapest of versions, which is actually made with oil. That's obviously the one I'm going for in this battle.
This is from Pick the Premium, isn't it?
The normal stuff is great for everyday cooking, but if you want to go all out, buy this. It is expensive. It's £5 for it's a £5 for a one roll. Because it's all butter, I've got to work quick. So, more jeopardy. Can't even make a crepe. How am I supposed to roll a Wellington?
Oh, that is some posh-looking mustard.
It's one of those ingredients that's on the pricier side of life, but it also, in saying that, tastes incredible.
I'm also going mustard. I'm just going to give a little scratching on the bread before the duxelle and then my welly.
So I've got prosciutto, and I'm just going to roll my welly in it.
I'm going to roll quickly now while my beef is cold. So pastry, bread and duxelle over, and so the bread seals. That's the plan.
It's fair to say, Ebbers has caught my attention. I'm invested in this now.
I'm invested because I don't know how to do this next bit. So let's see how he's done.
Go on, mate.
No! Come back!
Tense, isn't it, this bit?
Really tense.
There we go. Beef's in.
This is the bit that never makes any sense.
If that's not sealed correctly, if it falls apart,
Yeah,
if
whole
all,
thing's-
so many different things.
It will still be delicious.
Welly, egg washed, preheated tray, into the oven.
I'm a little confused because your Wellington's in the oven, but you're still cooking.
So I think if we're talking like excellent jus and gravy, it's all about roasting off beef bones, dark colour, lots of vegetables, vegetable scraps, all cooked down, along with water to make a stock, which is then reduced, perhaps some wine, some enrichment. We haven't got any of that on my side of the kitchen, so we're getting some of the colour from the fat and the sausages. Then I'm going to add in loads of garlic, a tin of oxtail soup,
Oxtail soup.
and gravy granules.
For my jus, I am using 500 grams of beef shin. I am going to fry that off in butter and get loads of lovely colour on it. Then I'm going to add in mushrooms, shallots, black peppercorns, onions, stock, port, red wine.
Sorry, you're just cooking beef shin for flavour, not actually the beef.
That's what
shin.
restaurants do. They'll use the beef shin in other dishes, but that is essentially what a jus is.
As gravies go, I've never seen anything like it.
No.
Where are you going to put those carrots, Evers?
Look,
gravy.
on this side of the kitchen, I had money to spare. So I've also spent it on a cabbage, some carrots. I've used the leftover bacon to start off.
Sounds like a bacon coleslaw.
Hot bacon coleslaw.
Hot bacon, it's basically hot bacon coleslaw.
Yeah, but this is just looking perfect.
This is ridiculous today.
Once the lots have softened, in with my mushrooms, port, and red wine. Bring it up to the boil, then I'm going to reduce that by 3/4 before adding in this beef stock, which costs £12.50 for this.
Where are you shopping?
It's excellent beef stock, and I would never ever be able to use something like this until now.
Just some more cabbage, Ben.
So I've got some diced bacon cooking off in veg oil, then in with loads of carrot once that's crispy, so the carrot begins to soften. While it's softening, I'm slicing cabbage. The cabbage then goes in there. It looks like a lot, but it will all wilt down, especially if I can get a lid on it.
Herbs, and then the beef stock.
It's better be the best gravy that I've ever tasted.
We've never ever made anything like this on the show before.
This now gets reduced by 3/4 again, and then I strain it. Jus.
You.
So my beef and pork and chicken Wellington does need to go up to sort of 70 degrees-ish to cook all the way through, including the very centre.
Whereas for my Wellington, I've got to cook it to 35 degrees C. I'm going to whip it out the oven, and it's basically going to cook in its residual temperature up to 57.
Okay. But the key there is still don't overcook it.
Don't overcook it. It should
undercook it and let it cook out the rest outside the oven.
Yeah. Waste not, want not over here. I've also got a first course that I'm throwing into my budget. Made some nice toast to go with the rest of the mushroom and chicken liver pate.
The jus has now reduced, so I'm going to strain that, stick in a lovely little bowl. Meanwhile, the Wellington is just coming up to temperature.
Whereas I'm just going to serve mine up.
Oh, Ebbers, that's a very crisp looking bottom.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Ebbers.
So you'll easily get 4 like that, plus the 2 offcuts with plenty more cabbage and the gravy. That I'd be very happy with those bits as well.
That is ridiculous. Hot coleslaw.
Hot coleslaw. You are so uncouth, a lot of you. Unlike your tough beef, this is lovely.
Oh, shades!
Fighting Evers has come out now.
Before we go into this, to make you guys at home realise how precious this is, in total, what has this cost you to make?
Over £110.
If you've screwed this, mate.
That's why I was so nervous earlier. I couldn't even flip a pancake.
You can't sneak a peek, you got to open it up to camera.
1, 2. I think it's perfect.
I think it's really, really good, mate.
It is rosy.
Right, should we taste them?
You did it.
It's a mighty fine looking wellies.
You did it in under budget, and you did it.
He didn't care about budget, but nailed it.
Right, eat, please.
Yeah.
We just got to dig into Mike's, right?
Yeah, all right.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a juges.
Do you want me to juice now? or not?
Yeah,
Okay,
juges.
fine.
Oh,
Lovely.
yes.
Glossy, shiny.
Let me give you a...
Richard. Oh.
Cheers.
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 £110.
That's delicious.
Mate, you've done a very, very good job there.
This seems really obvious, but it tastes expensive.
Decadent.
I'm happy with that. I didn't mess it up, and that was my sole aim for today.
The beef is incredibly tender with that. But, as you pointed out right at the beginning, it doesn't have loads of flavour. So the fact that the flavour actually comes from the duxelle and from that jus, which is extraordinary, altogether, that works brilliantly.
Thanks, boys.
Right.
Nicely done.
Oh, now I'm super excited for this.
Sets the bar quite high for this one, £2.50 a portion. Dig in.
Go on, boys. Don't put it in my jus, otherwise he'll get extra points.
Have some of my sausage sauce.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
And don't forget the cabbage side dish.
It looks like a massive sausage roll, but it has a duxelle. It looks like a Wellington. It holds a lot better and looks crispier than mine. I'm so intrigued.
Cheers.
Cheers. I spent £9 on my chicken liver parfait, and it doesn't taste as much as that does.
No,
That is amazing.
that has a completely different flavour profile to Mike's, but it's just as delicious in a different way.
It's got such a satisfying texture.
Yeah. You bought a restaurant quality meal to the table
For £110.
for £110.
I think by bringing 2 plates to the table, one of which is 11 times the price of the other, we've already won, because you can prove what you can do at both ends of the scale, but you do have to pick someone.
Mike's Wellington is 11 times more expensive than Ebbers.
Oh no.
The question is Mike's Wellington 11 times better?
Right, okay.
I think we can say it is a tastier dish, but it's not 11 times better. I'm sorry, mate.
No, I completely agree.
I think Ebbers has done.
Well done.
It's that bread trick was genius.
Well, over to you all. What did you think of Ben's chefy hacks and tips? Share your thoughts and opinions below.
And if you want more money-saving, food waste-reducing tips that still gets dinner on the table every single day, then you'll want to check out our Sidekick app. Plus, it's free for a whole 30 days. What are you waiting for? Get involved. Links downstairs.
Oh. No! I bottled it halfway through. I can't.
It's all in the wrist.
I can't do
Confidence.
it. I bottled it. I bottled it. No, I can't do it.
Up and down.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Come on.
No.
Come on, one more time.
On. No, I'm doing
One
it with
more
this.
time. Hey!
Third time's a dream, eh?